All right, it's day 33. It's our first day back on trail after our 4 to 5 day of zeros. And we had great weather during our zeros, often, and we're back on trail and it's raining. So yeah, here we go again. I have to pull out my rain gear soon. Anyways, we've left Deep Gap, where we had exited many days ago, and we're heading up, doing about a 12-mile, a little over 2,000 feet of elevation a day. Should be pretty easy. We'll see. All right, so a short blue blaze to a standing Indian shelter, and this shelter has become a little noteworthy in the last few weeks because a bear or more bears have supposedly learned how to defeat the bear hangs, so that people hang their food up at night. The bears have figured out how to jump up and slice the bottom, I guess. I don't know why people can't hang them higher. So they're recommending everyone here use bear cans instead. It's interesting. Anyways, interesting looking shelter. It's kind of small. Decker. Yeah, it's a single decker. You can probably only fit like 6 people in there, maybe 7 in a squeeze. And having a fire pit on the inside could be interesting if there's a lot of smoke, but yeah. And a rustic table, benches. So an answer to one question I had coming into this morning was, does 5 days off do anything to those trail legs? And it's a pretty gradual climb, but we've been climbing for over 2 miles now. And yeah, I feel great, not stopping or slowing down at all. So I guess the answer is no. You still have trail legs. Now, one thing I heard is that maybe tomorrow might be different. We'll see. All right, so we're trying out this poncho. This is one of those ponchos you just buy that, you know, really relatively inexpensive, just to try it as an alternative. Buzz went to the store and bought 2. He wanted to try one and gave me one, so I'll give it a shot. Yeah, so, you know, one of the problems with ponchos, of course, is that I need my rag to wipe my face, and so it kind of hangs out. And I like my water in my sippy bottle, so there's that. But other than that, it seems like it's working fine. It's more airy for sure, but the downside, of course, is that it doesn't really do anything for your arms, which is not a big deal, but your arms are going to get wet. So yeah, if it rains more, I put the hood back on, but right now it's just a very light drizzle. Now we're hiking towards the crest of a standing Indian mountain. The view from the top of standing Indian mountain. The small downside of the poncho in the wind. Half my face gets covered. The trees at the top of standing Indian mountain are interesting. You can kind of see. There's lots of points on the trail where you walk over to see what normally I guess would be a pretty cool view, but this is the view. All right, we're standing at the top of standing Indian mountain. We've done over 1,000 feet of elevation and 3.4 miles in just over an hour and a half, so that's not bad. We're doing pretty good. And this is our first big ascent. Now we're going to be heading down, then we'll do another ascent. So yeah, good start to the day other than the weather. It's been good. How you doing, Buzz?
Doing okay. Wished it wouldn't rain.
Yep. Well, for the last 3 hours we've been walking in the rain. It finally, I think, has let up. And the goal now is to stop at Cosby, I think it's called, Cosby Shelter, and reassess what we're doing. Originally we were going to go to a tent site further on, but yeah, maybe we'll just stay in a shelter. The next shelter past Cosby is another over 7 miles, and I think that's just not going to be doable. We'd be night hiking to get to it. It'd be after 8 o'clock. So yeah, it's we may stay at Cosby, or otherwise we're going to have to pitch a tent somewhere. And I mean, if it's not raining, so it's not horrible to pitch a tent. Of course, you'd be pitching it on wet ground, and possibly might be taking down your tent and packing it away in the rain tomorrow morning. But you know, we don't know. So you know, there's decisions to be made. In general, if it's crap weather today and good weather tomorrow, I'd rather hike a longer hike tomorrow than today. But we'll see. It may be more of this. So just the same, trading off. Our original tent site was halfway. I think it was roughly 12 plus miles to the tent site, and then another 12 plus miles to Winding Stair Gap where we get picked up. You know, if we stop short, that means the day 2 will be like 16 plus miles. It's not bad, but you know, a little bit longer. We'll see. All right, we're about a mile out, maybe a little less from the shelter. And what is this? So how do you get around it? It's too tight to go under, too high to go over. Can't go that way. That leaves. Oh, like other people have already made this into a path of sorts. So we'll just follow it. Easy peasy. All right, I think I called this the incorrect thing. I called it Cosby. It's Carter Gap Shelter that we are approaching.